Hey, welcome back to Leonardo Oranges, where you get the fresh squeezed GTA 6 news. It's your boy, Blackwater Mo. You feel me? And today we're going to go over trailer 2, frame by frame, to see if there's anything that we've missed or anything that we might have overlooked now that we've got the pre order information and now that we got the Ultimate Edition info, as well as all of those screenshots. So we're going to come in and look at it with fresh new eyes to see if there's anything that we might have missed. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into it because trailer 2 is longer than trailer 1. So, uh, let's go in the full screen and frame by frame. Let's move this down, this little playhead. I should have did that last time when I did trailer 1. Okay, so right away, um, notice this in trailer 1. In top right, there's an airplane, right? There's always some sort of air vehicle almost in every scene. Like, no joke. Love this detail. I think this is where we're going to start the game off. Obviously, we're Jason and Leonida. Somebody pointed out that this is Brian's Marina right there, straight on the other side. Uh, and then, of course, see the people sitting down on the dock. We see Jason and Lucio sitting down on the dock at one point. Um, and then you see this floaty over here, which might seem to be random, but we also see Cal Hampton sitting in one of these floaties at one point. So is that like a mechanic or something? And then in trailer 1, we saw that same pink flamingo floaty on a couple of balconies on some of the high rises and condos. So interested to see, like, what the swimming mechanics is and like being able to get in the water and things like that. Um, a lot of detail here. Tons of foliage and flora and fauna. I want this pool with this jacuzzi built into it right here, center screen. I want that for myself. Appears to be some sort of like ice cream shop or something over here. Is that what that is? I don't know. Can we zoom in on that? Yeah, like a little ice cream or a shake or something or another. It's pretty interesting to see. All right, and now we get Jason's house. So this is a good comparison to where we get a stark contrast from the pre-order information to the to this current information. Starting off with this Vapid, I forget the actual name, but this is Jason's Vapid. Oh, is that the name right there on the side? Vapid, that car right there. But we see the pre-order one. So the pre-order one I thought was whack until I now see this one. So it looks a little bit cooler than the pre-order one. I'll try to probably put that on screen so we can see. But Jason's house, he's up there on the roof. It looks like he got a tarp on the roof. We don't have that in the pre-order screenshots. And then we got this little iguana down here walking. Um, is that a pet or is that just a natural iguana? And the only reason I ask is because at one point in the screenshots, there's a lady with an iguana on her shoulder, and then that homeless man who's on Ocean View Drive, he has a iguana on his shoulder as well. So interesting to see. And then, of course, that basketball hoop there. We see Jason and Kyle playing basketball in one of the screenshots. So Jason having a basketball hoop at his home. Pretty interesting. And then here we see Brian, looking like old money. Gold watch, gold chain, gold bracelet with his taco meat out, Hawaiian shirt, flip flops, hopping out of the big vapid truck. I love it. And then we see Jason. I never really paid attention. We all see Jason's Marauder tattoo. I never really paid attention to this rib tattoo that he has there. I can't really make out what that is, but is that a default tattoo or is that a customization tattoo? Obviously, we're not doing this with the audio, but I love right here. Jason says, "Oh, fixing some leaks." Obviously, a little tongue in cheek to the, the leaks from a couple of years ago. Look at how the wood is, like it's really weathered. Cuts back to Brian here with the little huts. I like how you can see the stitching in his shirt and the hair on his arms. Weird, but also crazy attention to detail. And this Vapid truck, I think we see it again later in the trailer when they doing the Fast and Furious heist with the tank, or not the tank, the safe that they're dragging through the city. I believe this might be that same truck. So I don't know if Brian gets his hands dirty with you like that, or maybe you just using his truck, or maybe it just happens to be a similar gray Vapid truck. I don't know. And we cut back here to Jason, who's obviously been working out. Can we see what that rib tattoo is there? It looks like some sort of bird. It looks like an American traditional bird with an arrow going through. Some sort of crow or eagle. Doesn't look like an eagle. But that looks like, it doesn't just look like a custom tattoo. So I wonder if that one is there, like his Marauders tattoo that he has. But yeah, key takeaway from this is Jason is jacked. And then a lot of people allude to that this boat over here on the right is Michael's boat that got stolen GTA 5. I like that that's even an idea or a conversation that people are having. You know, GTA does that type of stuff. And then all the bird poop all over the place, all over the deck, all over the rails here. Hilarious. And then one thing that I actually didn't see the source, so if you know, definitely let me know down in the comments below. But people said that this trailer 2 is 50% gameplay. Now I haven't watched it back since I got that information. But now looking at it, someone says that this is a cutscene. So him walking away, thank you, Jason. Love you, Jason. And then cutting into this scene right here. I love how his doorbell doesn't work. It's got the wires cut right there. But maybe Ring doorbells come into play. That's a whole nother story for another day. But this is like a cutscene where it kind of goes over the shoulder right here. Look at the sweat dripping on him. That's bananas. But this is supposed to be going into gameplay right here. I like this little scene right here. Once again, just visually pleasing. I love how the rear view mirror is reflecting what's going on out there. Guy sitting there look like he's blowing the leaves, manicuring his lawn. And then we see this lady who cat calls Jason. So everybody's referring to like this relationship meter or whatever, like the honor meter in RDR2. So I wonder if Jason when he can interact with these NPCs, these civilians, by entertaining whenever they're catcalling him and things like that, and that'll impact his honor one way or another. And the same with Lucia, or, vice versa. That'll be an interesting dynamic. But look at her. And then look at Jason, this devilish grin. She seemed like the type to throw it at you. Look at that car. She got the Mitsubishi Eclipse with the paw prints. I knew a girl. I knew this very girl. And yep, she would be catcalling at Jason, giving him this devilish grin right here. That's hilarious. I love how the side view mirror and the rear view mirrors are reflecting what's going on, the things that he's driving past. Like that is, so now we see her car in his rear view, his side view mirror. Like that's just crazy. Oh my goodness. Beautiful. I love this particular scene. It appears to be like some sort of hookah lounge or something like that. I don't know if this is a robbery or he's going to get money that's owed to Brian. The trailer would lead you to believe he's going to get money that's owed to Brian, but this looks like a regular stick up. But look at his hair mechanics as he gets slapped. Look at each individual braid just flipping and flopping. Jason's got a bat, so there's another melee weapon. Now that guy appears to be laid on the ground over on the left here. Maybe this is some sort of weed shop, as they got the papers and the lighters and the incense and the hookah going over and back there. And then there's another guy. I don't know if he's beat up on the ground or if he's just passed out from whatever's smoking out of that hookah right there. Either way, but that guy on the ground who he smacked, he's now looking over like, "Hey, man, why you gotta do this?" I love how detailed the money is right here as well. You know, tens, 20s, 50s, and the change. I wonder if pennies are rare in this game. Just kidding. I wonder, you can see the actual time on his watch. I wonder if that's in game time. Can I see that change? You know how seconds or hours or minutes? Yeah, doesn't appear to change in this particular one. But yeah, I wonder if his watch tells real time. I think somewhere I noticed that it was military time anyway. So another great scene where I seen someone talk about people shooting out the back of a truck. I wonder if these NPCs can shoot out the back of a truck. Hashtag unbuckled says their bumper sticker. Hilarious. And then we got the the community service guys over on the left here. Of course, another jet because there's got to be some sort of air vehicle in every screenshot. But is this gameplay? Is this first person driving? Is that what this is right here? You know? And then you can kind of look around like this. And once again, another airplane flying right over as we're on the highway where 35 North is the Vice City Airport as well as Ambrosia, right? I love how you can see the jets on the airplane. Speaking of Jason again, he's on the beach working out, which I believe is like one of the mechanics from San Andreas. And then you see these two ladies right here stopping their tracks, you know, possibly for some hot coffee here as they watch Jason working out. But then you also see the gentleman behind him also working out here. You see some women back there look like they're taking pictures just to the left of her friend, like working out, you know, like social media, fitness influencers. A lady back there right above Jason's head walking her dog. And then looking at this store right here, there's a cat sitting on the shelf right there. So there's another wildlife. But then also, like Jason bought these beers. Is this gameplay to where it's over the shoulder like this? And then in Red Dead Redemption, you could walk in the store and actually pick up things off the store. As we can see, this looks like spinach and corn and tomatoes and things like that. Can we just go into the store and pick stuff up like we did in Red Dead Redemption 2? And then you see, I think there's a patent for the water and liquid physics. Look at this lady. I think this lady checks out Jason too. Like she walks past him with her thigh tattoo. I see you. But look at her body. It looks like her body stops and turns to look over her shoulder. So once again, I think that's like an illusion or alluding to the relationship mechanics, right? But look at that water physics, the liquid physics of the beer as it moves, as he's walking. Like, don't take that for granted. That's freaking amazing. Another homeless dude here. So I wonder if homelessness has some sort of how prevalent that will be or what role that will play in the actual game. And then this one is also interesting as we're in I want to say like the little Haiti part of town. It looks like there's homelessness here as well. There's two guys on the left. But what I do want to point out is the police are, I don't want to say harassing these gentlemen, but you know, the police just pushed this gentleman, right? Uh, so the police are interacting with other NPCs, other civilians. Can you interfere with that one way or another? You know how you used to get the Good Samaritan bonus if someone was running from the cops in GTA 4? Then these two people sitting on the ground like they're being interrogated or questioned. I want to point out there's a lady cop as well. Not sure how often we saw that or if that was in GTA 5 at all. But this here looks like like I said, a detective car. I wouldn't call it undercover, but it doesn't have any police branding on it except for the lights that are internal. And then more cops over here with these people. Um, and then of course we cut to the prison here. And then there's a jet, of course, in the prison, as usual, as well as wildlife. And then we get this guy referring to Jason. Hey, do I know you? He's like, yeah, man, maybe you should, nigga. I don't know. But I feel like this exchange, like I'm holding down the frame by frame. I feel like this exchange is way too long for it to mean nothing. You know what I mean? Someone mentioned that him and Jason have the same watch. I'm like, okay, is that a military issue watch or something like that? Like I don't know or fully understand the significance of it. What I do think is significant is this right here. So he's in this same spot. That guy's in that glass. And then we see Lucia, first time in this trailer revealed. And she's got an ankle monitor on, the prison flip flops, and like she's immediately puts her head down. Look at the body language here, right? Immediately puts her head down and then she looks up. It's not like running and jumping into his arms like we see in another scene, right? There's some sort of it seems to be a strained or some sort of tension here to where she walks out and she puts her hands up like, hey. So maybe your relationship meter starts like neutral here and you kind of got to build up. And now we cut to Jason and his reaction is not like, I mean, it's not like, hey, I'm so glad to see you. You know, like, I haven't seen you in so long. Like they're both just kind of like, hey, buddy, how's it going? Old friend. Been too long, you know? Like that is when all of that, and then we get the Rockstar Games presents. Like that is, I don't know how to feel about that. That first interaction with Jason and Lucia, like they don't look like star-crossed lovers. Like, oh, you've been in jail for too long. I've been waiting for you for this whole time, and yeah, I bet you Jason been out here with them girls who've been catcalling him, and who knows what Lucia's been doing. Right as I say that, though, boom, we cut to hot coffee. And I'm assuming that this is right away because she's not even had a chance to get herself some lady garments. She's got on a boxers and a wife beater, and she still has on her ankle monitor that we see there. Um, Not sure if there's much else to go through in this one, but yeah, they appear to miss each other right there. So, you know, the passions, the primal instincts of, you know, I'll leave that alone. All right, and then we cut to Lucia. Look at this hair physics. I'm assuming this is this is the bank robbery that a lot of people have been alluding to, and we'll get some details that this is the bank robbery. But Lucia looks dope right here. She got like the MP5, and she got the mask on. Is there something? Yeah, it says send for something National Bank, but then it also says security lockdown in effect. So did somebody hit like the silent button? You know what I'm talking about? Like the trigger, the silent alarm. Because now she's got the gun out, she's jumping up, she's mad. Jason got the same MP5. So do we all prepare this particular loadout for this particular mission? He also has the same mask as he's now manhandling this guy. He's pulling him out. And then we cut back to another scene of Jason and Lucia. Now she's upgraded her lady garments. I don't know if this is an actual bra or a swimming suit. Could be a swimming suit. But yeah, that was a quick change of pace from the robbery to where now we're on the beach. We're leaning. We're sharing a Modelo. This is at the bar where they all like to go meet. I forget the name. The name slips me. We see Lucia's golden glove necklace. Love the detail once again of the beer as it whooshes around. And then once again, just the water physics here as they sit on the dock. Still having trouble of seeing what's gameplay, unless I'm misunderstanding what gameplay is. If you control one person or you control two people and what that looks like. Or is this like gameplay where it's like they're playing the game, but then we do it in the Rockstar creator so we can get all of these cinematic angles? Um, I don't know. Look at this yacht out here to the left, though. It's like people on the front, people on the back, people at the top, people at the bottom. It's popping on that yacht right there. The marine life is crazy for sure. And now we cut to Brian's boat works in marina, boat repairs, equipment, and storage. And we see them loading up this Dodo seaplane with I'm gonna assume it's some sort of contraband. We got the guy who flies the plane. We see him multiple times. We don't have his name, and then we have what appears to be Cal and Jason. Oh, and that bar, the Rusty Anchor. That's the bar. That's dope that he has the shirt on because that's the bar that they were just at where they were sharing cervezas. But then we cut to Lucia doing customer service, community service, where she's being surveillanced or being watched by an officer with a clipboard. It's her and two other ladies. And then I assume this is where Jason first introduces Lucia into the safe house. And I want to point out the various stages of the safe house. I don't know if we see them all in this particular trailer, but we do see the safe house in various stages. Like this to the right over Jason's left shoulder, you see that's just 2x4s framing, like it's missing plywood. Um, and then also to the left here, to Lucia's right, there's a snake in there. There's a snake in that aquarium. I don't want us to overlook that. That's a big ass snake. Like, is that our pet? What happens with this guy? Does he follow us? And then we cut scene to Jason and Cal at the Rusty Anchor. Cal signaling shots for everybody. The barkeep is ringing the bell. And then she's like, hey, I'm pretty sure they're celebrating Lucia coming back home. Love that. This gentleman on the far left, uh, he's somebody because we see him again later in the trailer with Jason and Lucia going live in the club. Given his browner, tanner skin, maybe he's Lucia's cousin or somebody from her previous life. And then we see Jason being whooshed away to the dance floor, reluctantly drinking his Patriot beer. Look at the physics of that beer as he just leaves it there. And then this lady is accompanying them. And then we cut scene to what I believe is Raul's yacht. I think this is how we first get introduced to Raul, or we just finished that bank job that we saw with Raul, and we finally getting into a little bit of money, and we see Lucia have this transformation with this beautiful gold dress. I'm trying to see if we see Raul anywhere in the background as far as these NPCs back here, but look at Jason completely in awe of Lucia. And now it feels like their meter is starting to build up as they look each other in the eyes, right? If they're going to do it, they're going to do it right. As we see the bikers over there, so they're probably in Port Gilhorn, I believe, at this point. We see those choppers in the background. I love this shirt, though. I would wear the fuck out this shirt that Jason has, this Hawaiian shirt with the volcanoes on it. Absolutely. And then they clasp hands with the American flag in the background. And now look at us. Now we're going into the 919. And this is where we see the gentleman who was at the bar on the left. He's going to be in the club with Lucia and Jason, going live once again, completing an objective for our social media compendium, like Rockstar's RDR compendium. Then we cut scene here. We have Draquan on the left. It looks like Draquan's introducing Jason to these gentlemen for a potential. He could be like a hired gun or something like that. Then one of these gentlemen jump up, "Hey, yo, D," referring to Draquan. "Is this dude a Fed?" And then they cut scene, which I'm pretty sure is a completely different scene. Because appears to be some sort of trap house. You can tell from that fan on the floor back there. I've been in a mini trap house. You see that fan, that floor fan, and the state of that dresser, and them gun cases. That's a trap house. And then we cut to this, which appears to be some sort of community center or something. Please return my bike. You know, it's in La Pearl, as we see that on that bulletin board there. This must be, like I said, a community center where these gentlemen are working out, playing basketball or something like that. But, oh man, I just love the hair physics. All of these guys have 3 different hairs that are authentic to people who look like me. So dope. And then this looks like a home invasion, maybe going wrong. Takes me back to the old San Andreas days where you got the bars on the window. But it looks like a home invasion gone wrong. I bet you they pushed that air conditioner out the window. They pushed that AC unit out so they can jump out the window and climb down. Jason pushes out Lucia first, and then we cut to Brian, where Brian's like, they got everything. They got your name. They got all of that. Kenny Brewster, he got his Kenny Brewster t-shirt. And then here we go with the I'm assuming this is like some sort of task force that we're going to be introduced to. These are the guys with the body cam, and I bet you this is like a fifth star. If we got 6 stars, it's like a fourth or a fifth star where they send like task force after you, and these guys got body cams and they got to do things a certain type of way. I'm pretty sure it'll be played into the story mode in some way, and it'll be added in there somehow. But I don't think Jason's a cop. I think that's too cheesy. I don't like how that goes into the story. But then we got that same guy saying, us cops got to take care of our own. And I don't think that that is Jason right here with this full bodysuit jumpsuit right there. Not at all. I love this. I love the physics of this pistol right here, the blowback of this pistol. And then I watched a video the other day that I broke down where a guy was talking about this is a new drive-by mechanic. Maybe Lucia's driving where we're controlling both of them. We make Lucia drive. It's like on autopilot or cruise control or something like that. So we're controlling Jason and Jason is shooting out of the car. So yeah. And then maybe that was captured on social media or something. So then we got Bay Lux here, like, yeah, bro, I saw the video. Was that y'all hanging out the window? Yak, yak, boop, boop. Like, I bet you that's what she's talking about right here. 1,000%. I like her nails too. I want to point out her nails. She's got these long stiletto tip nails. They're like translucent. Like I said, the women's customization, like their makeup and stuff like that, crazy. But this is like the 10th different type of nail style that I saw. Like they really going to town with these nails. Once again, my wife does nails, so I see that type of stuff. I notice it all the time. Don't judge me. We cut back to the 919 where Jason and Lucia getting handsy in her gold dress here. And then we cut to, I bet you this is Port Gale again, outside of the Starlit Motel, with Jason slamming this dude into the car. Man, please let us be able to do this. Like they said, this is 50% gameplay. If anybody played 007 First Light, how you can just grab guys and slam them into walls, please let that mechanic be in this game because, oh my God, that was so fun to do. So if I could just grab people and grapple them and throw them into things, and then we see we got this baller back here exploded. That fire looks pretty intense. But yeah, please let me be able to throw guys. And then where you got Lucia fighting a man. Look at that belly. That's a man belly. We got Lucia doing a cage fight here. Hopefully, there's been all these type of theories. We're like, oh, she's related to Luis Lopez because, in Liberty City and the Ballad of Gay Tony, Luis would do cage fighting and he's from Latin Hispanic descent. Lucia also the same. I know that's a terrible judgment there, but I think you could tie that together. With her Liberty City story, she could be related to, and based on when the Ballad of Gay Tony took, maybe Luis is her father or, an uncle or something like that. Luis, that was over 13 years ago. Luis could have aged gracefully. We saw Gay Tony in GTA Online looking pretty older. He could have had a daughter right now. We don't know how old Luis is. That could be her dad. And so now we cut back scene to the safe house and we see once again how I mentioned earlier, the plywood is opened and exposed over here right where Jason is. That was finished earlier. It's not finished now. Oh no, that's the same room because we're on the couch. My bad. But we see all the plywood in the room. We see a paint roller just to the right of where Lucia is over her left shoulder. And then Jason got his signature pistol, some style of Beretta. And then Gale Horn International. It's like a racing shirt. That's dope. I'd wear that shirt. And then I'm pretty sure this is gameplay because it's over the shoulder. Lucia's got the grenade launcher. And Once again, I mentioned earlier, you see three types of police cars here. We see the regular patrol car in the middle. Then we see the SUV over here on the right. But then again, we see like Noose is coming back. SWAT is coming back. We got the big armored tank over here on the left. Not necessarily a tank, but van, bigger than an SUV, smaller than a tank. The armored car is what they would call it, I think. But look at those explosion physics. So it's blowing up that middle car, which then is a chain reaction to that other car. However, the armored car is still coming at you. And then maybe that was captured on social media, right? As we see, oh, it looks like some sort of Doberman over there on the right, where that guy's filming something. As we got these old ladies who look like they're doing some sort of Pilates in the park. But maybe whatever Lucia just did was captured on social media, and now we see Drake Juan with his manatees and his Narcos hat. Him and Jason responding to the same thing, like, damn. And this is interesting right here because we see some super buff lady. This lady is jacked. If you look at her back and those delts and those traps, look at her forearms. Uh, she is jacked and she's straddling Lucia. Lucia looked like she just got off of her community service job because she got that green vest on. Or maybe she had to do this to be undercover at the airport or whatever. But this lady is super jacked. And she got Lucia in the well bay of like this airplane suspended above the city. Like, look how high they are above the city. This is crazy. I don't know how you could actually call this gameplay, if this is gameplay or whatever, but, you know, they said 50% of it is gameplay. I will believe that when I play it. But this is what I was alluding to earlier as far as this Vapid. That's not the Vapid logo now that I realize it. And it's a dually, whereas Brian's car was not a dually. But you see they're dragging the safe like in Fast and the Furious. I wonder how much of the world you tear up dragging this safe around like this. But look at all the street and all the debris, as well as the sparks flying. Yeah, but that's not a Vapid. And then once again, we cut back to Jason and Lucia in an intimate moment. Maybe the relationship bar is advancing, right? And their trust and all of those things are growing. I mentioned this earlier. I believe this is still them in the 919 with Lucia in the gold dress, but this is the guy who's at the bar who I said is maybe Lucia's cousin or something like that. But they're recording this for social media. I pointed out in the first trailer how they had all these different cameras. They had CCT cameras, they had body cam cameras, and then like just regular social media vertical footage. Now this is horizontal footage, and it appears to be like an iFruit knockoff, how it has the grid on it like that. So this is like maybe a first person view or something along those lines where they're considering it gameplay. But yeah, just another type of camera view that we see here. Once again, shout out to the OG Banshee right there, middle scene, blue with the white stripe. I love this because you see the workout girl with the headphones right here. There's two guys on the phone. This guy taking a picture of these four ladies right here. And then this lady taking a picture of these ladies hanging out the car right here. I want to point out the car customization on this first car right here. Like these are what we call 84s. This is inspired in Texas, how these poke out like this with the door knockers, or the knockoffs where you got to get the rubber hammer to knock on those. But this lady recording these two ladies hanging out of the car and they're being recorded. This is, yeah, like we've not seen that ever in GTA. So I'm really excited about that for sure. In front of the Dominion Hotel. Got a Pegasi behind it. Taste the pleasure. I'm not sure what this is. This doesn't look like the Jack of Hearts, or not what I imagine it to look like, but it's ladies dancing on the roof, ladies dancing on the floor. I don't think I see one gentleman. Actually, there's one gentleman right here by the tree. Lucky gentleman he is. Other than that, this is just ladies galore. I don't know what kind of party this is. Okay, maybe it is the Jack of Hearts because now we cut right into the Jack of Hearts, right? Sinful Sunday, Seductive Saturday. These two banners up here. I know in trailer one when we saw them, it said "Make It Rain Monday." So every day of the week they got something going on up in this joint. But yeah, look at the money physics as they throw it. It's not just rectangles falling; it actually flows. Like it's I don't know, just the attention to detail is crazy. Look at these bottles as we cut to scene back to the safe house. We see this bottle on the left is half drunk, and there's like little to no condensation on it. This bottle on the right appears to be full, fresh with the lid just popped, and it's fresh out the refrigerator. Look at all the condensation on that. That is bananas. And then we got Phil's ammunition, who people are like, oh, that's Phil from Vice City. Well, Phil from Vice City only had one arm, so I don't know how you grow an arm back. So maybe it's a nephew because he does, or a kid, a son because he does favor him, at least with the haircut. But I highly doubt that it's the same dude. Um, Notice the PlayStation 5 over there and the PlayStation controller. Nod to them, as well as all the tools over here for repairing the safe house. So is this like the Mile High Club where it never gets repaired and it stays in this state for like an eternity? Or is this something that actually gets like we actually see some progression of this? I think we might actually see some progression because, like I said, at the beginning of this, we saw Jason working on it with the tarp and everything like that. And then in the screenshots, we see a completely different state of the safe house. So, yeah. Here's Lucia getting home from her community service. She throws the keys and then she jumps on Jason, and she's got LDC something detention center, Leonida detention center, obviously. Yeah. But yeah, she jumps on Jason, still has her ankle monitor, right? Yeah, I'm not sure if there's much else to call. This does appear to be gameplay to a certain degree. We see this buzzard here. We'll see that Jason is driving this buzzard as he's chasing this fan boat, right? So we cut to Jason here, but calling out Cal on the gunner. The buzzers in their present state today, they don't have a gunner mounted on the side. So they're not Cal. I mean, Brian. Look at that warthog on the top right. He's like, let me get out of here. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Brian, it does look like he gets his hands dirty. And there is a guy on this fan boat looking to shoot at us. This gentleman here. Looks like he's got something aimed at us. So, got to protect yourself at all times. Then we cut scene. Once again, helicopter in the air. Always some sort of aerial vehicle. There's that floaty penguin or flamingo. Floaty flamingo again. As we cut to Jason and Lucia on the Sea-Doo. Sea Shark. Speed-Doo. Yeah, the marine life, but the water physics. I'm pretty sure that's all they was flexing right here is the water physics. Like, that's just crazy. I'm assuming this is gameplay as well. Jason on this bike with the sea sparrow flying overhead. I'm almost certain that this is, oh, we're dropping contraband. Jason's got to go pick it up. Because if we look at Cal on the GTA 6 website, his little video is him looking at a sea sparrow, probably that exact same one, and it's dropping something out. So I'm almost certain that's what Jason's doing there. Looks like we're still in some Pegasi here. I want to say that is Lucia jumping up there off of this bike to steal this Pegasi. She looked like she has body armor on, so this is probably like, oh, look at the paint on this bike. This dope. Little red chopper. That's a nice bike to just let go to the waist like that. And then her with these leopard pants, these leopard shorts. This looks like something my wife would wear. As she now appears to be happy to see Jason. See how she jumps in his hands like this? This is how I expected her to jump in his hands as she left the prison. So maybe their relationship is growing. That meter is growing as they progress throughout the story. Here we see looks like Jason driving the boat, Lucia firing at the helicopter, the Vice-Dale police. So I'm assuming this is what they're calling gameplay as well. And then here we are again. Looks like Jason on a Sanchez. Or is this Jason? Yeah, that looks like Jason hanging out the car, shooting at the guy on the Sanchez. And then I don't know why, but I love this scene of like Lucia just looking in her rearview mirror as Jason jumps onto the car and he's hanging on for dear life. But she's like appears to really be locked in on whatever was happening in that rearview mirror. Like she had to be aware of what was going on behind her. Then we cut to Cal in the marina, in Brian's marina, as he has on his work shirt. Brian's boat works in marina, making a gesture, telling Lucia that, hopefully she can hook him up with one of her friends. Now, this is the car from trailer 1 where they hit that lick. And we ride off into the sunset with Lucia hanging out of the window. Guy on a bike. I don't think I really called out any bicycles, but there's a person on a bike. And that is it in all of its glory. And there we go. Shing. With the new updated logo. Right? Oh no, it's not the updated logo. The updated logo has the white instead of the what is it? Ombre gradient entered. But yeah, captured on PS5. Shing. No, I'm super excited about this though, guys. Like, I don't even have words. I don't even know what words to say. Like, I could literally sit here and talk about this all day, and I probably will. I'm pretty sure my family is tired of me coming down here in this basement and doing these videos, but I'm like so stoked and so ready for this game. Like, hopefully you guys are too. Whenever we get trailer 3, if we get trailer 3, knock on wood and all the things, I'm going to be breaking it down just like I did here. If we get any gameplay videos, anything that Rockstar gives us, you're going to find it here first or maybe second or third with your boy on Leonida Oranges with the fresh squeezed GTA 6 content.